It literally looks like they're having their own little barbecue going on here. And if you don't know what I mean, FBI Director Christopher Wray is getting grilled big time on several different things. This one will be quite interesting, and I'm pretty sure, I'm going to call it because I haven't watched this video just yet. I'm pretty sure he's going to avoid as many questions as possible. He'll probably answer the questions in the same way, and, probably try to avoid any kind of accountability for any of his actions that he's a part of. Let's get into this. And by the way it looks, they're going to be playing a video. And it might be a video that deals with, January 6th. Because, just an FYI to any of the government bureaucrats or, FBI, CIA, whoever, who might be watching some of my stuff. If we really wanted to storm the Capitol, we would have. We do also have that right to do so. Because the First Amendment, Second Amendment, and just the first 10. You work for us. We don't work for you. We're not your slaves. You're our public servants. Remember that.
I don't believe anybody's lost a security clearance, but again, we have an internal review.
What a surprise!
And I'll let that finish.
But hang on. Wait, did you not ruin one of your FBI officers' life? And he's gone without pay for like over a year or more? Huh. But yet, okay, someone who refuses to go after someone without any evidence or proof on why to go after those people, you'll ruin those FBI officers' lives, but you won't sit there and hold the ones who legitimately actually broke the law. You're totally fine. That's clear and obvious, isn't it?
How did you become aware of the Catholic memo that the gentleman just referenced?
How did I become aware of it?
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, God.
Gentleman may say his point of order.
Whose time is the chairman consuming with his...
I thought that the committee... Not a point of order. The chair now recognizes the gentleman for Texas for 5 minutes.
Thank you, sir. I will say this, Mr. Ray. I'm one of those sheriffs that will be very blunt with you today.
Good.
Right here. I've had an opportunity to
look
at your testimony, lots of stuff, and hear about numerous task forces, crimes being committed against children, including even infants and toddlers, MS-13 gang members coming across the open southern border, the poisoning and killing of the American people with fentanyl, the sex trafficking, the
illegal guns coming across that have been in lots of mass shootings.
It is clear that you guys are dealing with some of the sickest bastards in our society. I have an article here from CNN in January 2022 calling the January 6th investigation the biggest investigation in FBI history.
Really?
And what shocks me about this, quite honestly, is that you don't mention January 6th. Again, the biggest investigation, not one time in your 14-page testimony. You don't mention it one time. And that makes me ask myself the question, what the hell are you hiding?
Right?
Sir, you mentioned 38,000 agents and support personnel in your agency. How many FBI agents and support personnel had you assigned to the January 6th investigation?
I don't know that I know the number. I know we have a lot of people working on it in multiple
Lots, then.
fields.
Fair enough, lots. No one...
Once again, how, as the FBI director, do you not know how many you appoint? That sounds incompetence to me. Why are you a director if you don't know who is investigating what, how many are investigating what, and where they're going or what they're doing? Like, how, as a director, you don't know any of this stuff? Proof is in the pudding, folks.
That you are dealing with some of the sickest people in our society with investigations related to child sex trafficking. Have you...
Which is why they're against that one movie right now.
Or personnel to investigate January 6th? Yes or no?
I don't believe we have reassigned people away from child exploitation to January 6th.
Let me just say this, Director. I find that answer disturbing because last month, Steve Friend, he testified before the Weaponization Committee. Mr. Friend was a domestic terrorism investigator for you, and he was told by one of his superiors that January 6th was, I quote, a higher priority than pursuing child pornography cases. And for those of you watching in America, understand today's FBI is more concerned about searching for and arresting Grandma and Grandpa for entering the Capitol building that day that
they were welcomed into. Video proof is out there. It's everywhere. It's on YouTube. It's on Rumble. It's on Twitter. It's everywhere. They literally have video evidence of them going, hey, yeah, you guys can come in. Just be peaceful. Just be calm. It's okay. And they were. They were peaceful and calm until the FBI informants, the FBI that were in plain clothes, who were hiding, who then started shit. Well, what's going to happen to them? What's going to happen to the CNN reporters who started inciting violence there? What happened to that video? Where's that video at? Because there were literally 2 CNN hosts for one of their branches. I think it was an online branch or some stupid crap like that, to where they're like, oh, hey, you know what? If nothing happens, we're going to make something happen. You haven't seen hide or tail of either of them. Which one was a black gentleman and the other one was a white female, if I remember correctly. So, where are they at? Haven't seen them anywhere. CNN's hiding them, basically. Told them to lay low until everything goes back to normal.
And pursuing the sick individuals in our society who prey on our children. And Mr. Ray, your priorities are flawed. But let's rehash what we know so far.
But yeah, they want transitioning of children.
Investigation in FBI history, and you don't mention it in your testimony. Agents have been reassigned from child exploitation cases and so on. So now let's get into the money, Mr. Ray. How much taxpayer money has been spent on January 6th?
I don't know that I have the figure.
Oh, you don't have it
in my head, but
Mr. Ray, I got an article here.
He doesn't have the figure on how much. Yeah, you do. Oh, you do.
December 22, 2022, 2 years after the events of January 6th, and it says the Justice Department has requested another $34 million from Congress. And
another $34 million.
You shouldn't get another dime. The FBI shouldn't get another dime for this political witch hunt against the greatest president in my lifetime, Donald J. Trump.
The FBI should be defunded. The ATF should be defunded. They shouldn't get any money whatsoever because they're going after the law-abiding citizens, not criminals. They were going up in arms about, oh, the police are going after people. The police. We need to defund the police. They took millions and millions of dollars across the country from police departments for doing their jobs. Now, granted, did certain bad things happen? Yep. But the thing is, were those police officers held accountable for their actions? Yep. The difference, though, is the FBI have not. Not a single FBI agent who has broken the law so far, or ATF agent who has broken the law so far, or DOJ, or anyone else. How about, the very particular ones that are supposed to be going after cartel members and drug dealers? Nothing has happened to them. And matter of fact, they have no evidence of proof on actually getting any foothold into fighting the war on drugs and crime. But yet they wanted more millions of dollars. They have not contacted, the president of Mexico on how do we do this? We can come over and help. No, nothing. Not a single phone call, email, nothing.
I want to turn my attention now to this fella, this character, Mr. Ray Epps. We've all heard of him. We've heard of Mr. Ray Epps. He was number 16 on your FBI most wanted list. He was encouraging people the night prior and the day of to go into the Capitol. And Mr. Ray Epps can be seen at the first breach of Capitol grounds at approximately 12:50 p.m. Play the clip, please.
Oh, this is going to be good.
We need to go into the Capitol.
Into the Capitol.
Into the Capitol. What? We are going to the Capitol.
And isn't he related to Kamala Harris? Or not Kamala Harris, Nancy Pelosi?
All right, no, Dave, but one more thing.
Yeah, so can we go up there? No?
When we go in,
Are we going to get arrested when we go up there?
we don't need to get
Arrest
shot.
us.
breaching the line, going in at the first breach into the Capitol grounds, the restricted area. Mr. Ray, you have arrested hundreds of people related to January.
But not him.
6th. And there have been people arrested for breaching Capitol grounds. Cooey Griffin is an example. Rachel Genko is an example. And then we go to Mr. Brandon Strecka. Brandon was arrested for disorderly and disruptive conduct, which included yelling, I quote, "Go, go, go," as rioters tried to empty the Capitol. These three never went into the Capitol. They never assaulted anyone. So let's be honest with each other. There is very little difference between the actions of Ray Epps and Brandon Strecka that day, but yet Strecka was arrested and Epps wasn't. Epps also testified to the January 6th committee. He was back at his hotel when video evidence showed that he wasn't. He lied.
Yep.
He was on the Capitol grounds just as Brandon Strecka was. Epps even texted his nephew at 2:12 p.m. and said, I quote, "I was in the front with a few others. It was on the video. I also orchestrated it." Now look into the camera, sir, when you answer my next question.
Which he's not going to answer.
To arrest Mr. Epps, yes or no?
I'm not going to engage here in a discussion about individual people who are or are not
Here we
going to
go.
be
Can I
prosecuted.
get a commitment? You just watched the video. I'm an old law dog. I understand a little
Look
bit
at his
about
face.
probable cause. He
Look at
did
his face.
very little. There was very little difference. What he did and Mr. Strecka, you can see him. He's encouraging. I almost think he's inciting a riot.
Yep.
He's encouraging
Yep.
people the night prior to go into the Capitol. The day of, go into the Capitol, and he was at the first breach, and he breached the restricted area. Everybody, a lot of people get arrested for not going into the Capitol, but they're in the restricted area. But yet, Ray Epps, who many people feel, fed, right? And there's a lot of cloud over this. So my point is this. You arrested a lot of folks for unlawful activity. You just saw the video, and I will tell you, Mr. Ray, if you don't arrest Mr. Epps, there's a reason behind it. I believe you know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
It appears to me you are protecting this guy.
Of course they're protecting that guy. Everyone else, just like he said, who didn't even go into the Capitol building, didn't even go onto the Capitol grounds, got arrested. One of the people who came to testify, one of the witnesses, they sat there, grilled her, acted as if, oh, hey, you were inciting this, you were inciting that. But yet, proof came out to that, no, she didn't. She was there, but she didn't go onto the Capitol grounds or in the building. But they arrested her. But yet, Mr. Epps, who you have seen, who admitted nothing. Why? Why is he protected compared to everyone else? Why is he allowed to get away with it, but everyone else isn't? Good question, right?
I recommend you get your house back in order. With that, I yield back.
Mr. Chairman, if I might briefly.
Gentlemen, may respond, and we got a couple point of orders.
It is
Not
never,
for unanimous consent. Excuse me. Go ahead.
it has never been appropriate for an FBI director in congressional testimony to be weighing in on who is or isn't going to be arrested and who is or isn't going to get charged, which is a prosecutor's decision.
Exactly, right. Prosecutor's decision.
At the Capitol on January.
So he literally just said the quiet part out loud. It's the prosecutors. People like the DOJ, DAs, people like that. Those ones are the ones we need to start holding accountable. Those ones need to start being taught a lesson. Because they are allowing criminals to be criminals. And they're allowing this double standard. Because as soon as you have a difference of opinion or you're conservative or whatever, they go after you. Period. Which then goes, you can guarantee Mr. Epps, who is not a Trump supporter, who is not a Republican, who is not conservative. He is Nancy Pelosi's nephew or son. He's related to one of the House members. But yet, nothing happened to him. Weird, right?
6 was part of some operation orchestrated by FBI sources or FBI agents. The answer is no, it was not. And to suggest otherwise is a disservice to our hardworking, dedicated law enforcement professionals.
Can I respond to that? No, the point is, he was number 16 on your list.
Yeah.
He was 16 on your list. You never arrested
The
him.
gentleman has-
Hundreds of Americans
the
were
gentleman has
arrested.
expired.
Shame on you.
The chair recognizes the
Shame on you, exactly. Exactly. Well, that's it for this video. It literally looks like the House Judiciary Committee is having a barbecue. Like, share, subscribe, spread the word. Stay free, America. Love you guys.